Hello everyone, welcome back to ShawCode. In this video we're going to be adding attacks to our game in Pygame. So if you remember last time, I know it's been a while since I made a video, but last time we added our intro screen and our outro screen. We have our player, we can walk into the enemy, we can die, and then we can restart. But there's no way to actually beat the enemy. So when I come over to an enemy, I can't attack it. So that's what we're going to be adding today. So let's get right into it. How we're going to do this is we're going to create another class. It's going to be the attack class. Basically, what it's going to be is going to be just like a white line that appears on the screen, and that'll represent our attack basically. And you can see we've got this attack.png. These are the animations for the attack, so it's going to be like a white stripe that comes up over the enemy and kills them. So let's get to work on creating our attack class. So we can just come underneath button, and let's go class attack, and it's going to be a pygame.sprite. So it's inheriting from the pygame sprite, and we're going to want an init method. So in the init method we're going to want to have a game x and y. So this is pretty much just all the same as all the other pygame sprites that we've made before. We're just going to want to have self.game equals game, self.x equals x, self.y equals y, self.width equals tile size, and self.height equals tile size. I'll move this down a bit. Because it's going to be animated, we're also going to need an animation loop, so self.animation loop equals 0. That's just a variable that we'll be using for our animation loop, pretty much. And then we'll need self.image. Now, we need to actually load in the attacks.png now, this attack.png here. We're going to need to load this into Pygame. So we come over into our main.py, and we can do self.attack spritesheet equals spritesheet, and it's going to be in img/attack.png. So we're loading in a sprite sheet, and what we can do here is we can do self.game.attack_spritesheet.get_sprite, and it's going to be at position 0, 0, and self.width and self.height. And now we'll just need to set up the rectangle for the attack, so self.rect equals self.image.get_rect, and self.rect.x equals x, self.x, and self.rect.y equals self.y. Now, we've all seen this before, just setting up our basic Pygame sprite. And we're obviously going to want to have an update method, just like all the other Pygame sprites as well. So update. And in the update method, we're going to want to call self.animate, as well as self.collide. Now, the only thing we're going to be colliding with as an attack sprite is just the enemies. So we might as well get to work on the collide method, and it's actually a really short function. So if we just do define collide, and we'll have self, all we need to do is we need to do hits equals hits equals pygame.sprite collide, and it's going to be between self and self.game.enemies, because we're going to be checking for collisions between the attack animation as well as the enemies. Now, the final parameter, if there is a collision, then we want to kill the enemy that we've collided with, and that's what this true is here. If we collide, we want to kill the enemy, and if it was false, the enemy wouldn't be killed, but by setting it to true, the enemy, when it collides, will disappear from the screen. So that's literally it for the collide function. Now let's get to work on the animation function. So we can just do define animate, and we'll do self. We're going to need a direction for the animation, because the player might be facing left, right, or whatever, and we want the attack animation to be in the same direction that the player is facing. So we can do direction equals self.game.player.facing, because if you remember up in the player class, we have this variable called self.facing, and that'll just say which direction we're facing basically. And now I'm going to just copy in a huge chunk of code. It's just the for the animations, you know, with the list of animations, right animations, down animations, left animations, and up animations. I'll leave the code in the description. If I forget to put it there, please leave a comment so then I know that I've forgotten to do that. But once we've got our animations loaded in, let's actually work on the logic behind this. If direction equals up, if the player is facing up, self.image is going to be up animations, so we're going to be using the up animations, and self.floor, self.animation loop. These should be square brackets, shouldn't they, because we're accessing a list. So it should be up animations with square brackets. I'll explain it in depth once I've written out the code, but just follow along with what I'm typing. And then we can do self.animation loop plus equals 0.5 if self.animation loop is greater than 5, self.kill. So basically what we're doing here is if the direction is up, so if the player is facing up, then we're going to set our image to the up animations. We're setting it to an image in up animations, and the index of the list is self.animation loop. But we're using self.floor. That should not be self.floor, that should be math.floor. Basically, math.floor, it rounds the number down. Say self.animation loop is on 1.5, then that'll be rounded down to 1. So the reason behind this is by adding 0.5 every time, we're going to be changing the image of the attack every 2 frames, because we're adding 0.5 and we're using math.floor. Hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, just leave a comment, I will get back to you and explain it in a little more detail. And then if the animation loop is greater than 5, we'll just kill the sprite and then it'll disappear. And the reason why we're using 5 is because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's because we've got 5 animations in a list. So once we've run through all the animations, we're just going to kill off the sprite. Now we're going to do the exact same thing for all the other directions. So I can just copy and paste this for up. So we can do down, left, and right. So if animation direction equals down, we'll use down animations. And it's literally just the same thing for these. We'll have left and left here, and right here. So that should be it for the attack class. So now we want to move back into main.py, and we want to come into the event loop. We're going to check if the spacebar is pressed. So basically, when we press the spacebar, we're going to attack the enemy. So if event.type equals pygame.keyDown, so if a key has been pressed down, if event.key equals pygame.k_space, so if the spacebar has been pressed. If the spacebar has been pressed, then what we can do is we can create our attack sprite, and it's going to need self and self.player.rect.x, self.player.rect.y. These are literally just the coordinates of the player, and so at the moment we're going to be spawning the attack animation directly on top of the player, which isn't really what we want. So what we want is if self.player.facing equals up, then we'll create an attack animation, and then we'll do the Y position will need to be the same as the player's, but minus the tile size. So that means that the animation is going to be above the player. We can just do the same thing for all other directions. So if they're facing down, or left, or right. If they're facing down, we're going to add on to the tile size, so the animation will be below the player. And if they're facing left, then we are going to take away the tile size, so it'll be to the left of the player. And if we're facing right, then we're going to add the tile size, so it'll be on the right of the player. So if we run this now, we get an error. Game object has no attribute player. This means that self.player here hasn't actually been defined. Now the reason for that is because we're creating the player objects here, but we're not actually assigning it to a variable. So all we have to do is we have to do self.player equals player. So we're creating our player objects and we're assigning it to a variable called self.player. Now let's run it. We get our menu, hit play, and we walk up to an enemy, and we aren't actually getting any results. Why would that be? The reason why, when we run this, we don't get any animations when we don't get an attack animation when we hit spacebar, is because I forgot to add the attack class to the self.attacks sprite group. So remember, in the very first tutorial we created this self.attacks group. This group is going to hold the attack animation sprites. So to add this to the group, all we have to do is under here, under self.game equals game. Well, we can set the layer first, so self._layer equals player_layer. So it'll be on the same level as the player. And then we do self.groups equals self.game.allSprites, as well as self.game.attacks. And then we can do pygame.sprite.sprite.__init. And we pass in self as well as self.groups. So this will call the init function for the pygame.sprite.sprite. And we are just going to be adding the attack class to the allSprites group as well as the attacks group. So if we run it now, we can see we got our menu and we can click play. And we can run over to an enemy and we can hit spacebar. And you can see we get our little attack animation and the enemy is killed. I can attack left, I can attack up, I can attack right, and I can attack down. And if I walk up to an enemy and I attack it, then it dies. So if you have any questions or comments about what we've done in this video with anything about the attacks or anything at all, just leave a comment down below. I will get back to you and help explain it to you. If you found this video useful, a like would be appreciated. If you would like to see what the best IDEs and editors for Python are, then you can click on this video here. Otherwise, that's it from me. Cheers and goodbye.